In my watch, ballin' like a big shot, ballin' like a big shot, ballin' like a big shot. Businessman, I pop my collar, must be a scholar. Spent 2K on ball main jogger. Yeah, I'm jogging to the bank. Captain of the ship, we won't sink. Work hard now, we finally seen a change. My brothers keep it in the chain. Just like
and just about to get underway as the starting five. It's the welcome, maybe the best day of the year. With a couple of injuries among their reserves, I expect their starters guys will be ready to do whatever's needed.
And for Blake Griffin, 2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Davis is out there with Paul George. Then it's Jason Kidd. Then there's Howard. And it's Antetokounmpo at the shooting guard position. And for the Spurs, LeBron James is out there with Nowitzki. Then it's Moncrief. Then there's John Stockton. And it's Unseld in at the center, locking down the middle. Clock at 4. Here's Moncrief. Chris, tonight 2 offenses that love to slow it down and then set it up. What was your favorite half-court play, for instance?
Oh, wow. Well, for me, it's a play called turn 4 or 5. And depending on if I was the 4 or the 5, that means that you have a guard come out. He spins out. He comes out on the wing. And he throws it into you. And it's your job to go to work or to find a double team. So it's almost like being that point forward off the box. So any play that was called for myself in the half court, you know, was my favorite play.
Right, I can see the play in my mind right now as you're describing it, actually.
And the feed from George could be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. And just about a minute into the first quarter. James against George. 3 on the clock. Trying to get open is Nowitzki.
And that's why he's one of the best two-way wings out there. George will lock you down on D, and it takes a very special effort to get off a clean shot against him.
The feed to Davis. Nice D from Nowitzki.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over. And Chris, just how special was it to play for Detroit in your career? What relationship does this team have with their fans?
Yeah, it was so special. I mean, being able to go home to the house that I grew up in, or to where my parents lived, and be able to go to the Pistons practice and to be part of it, to put on that jersey. It was so special, man. This team is a mainstay of the city. I mean, you feel like you can lift up the whole city when you play for the Pistons. It was such a special part of my career.
Free throw good, LeBron.
Well, the GOAT watch continues. Every year, every accomplishment goes into the analysis. I mean, LeBron would probably never be able to escape it.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. So first quarter, just over a minute and a half in. Stockton against Kidd. Giannis outside. Now here's George. He's guarded closely. Shot clock at 6. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. They get it back. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Never easy trying to mark Howard. I mean, he's terrific at forcing the issue and getting the foul call.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And he can't get the first one. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Weber, he's checked in for Nowitzki. Leonard comes in for James. James Harden, he's checked in for Mike. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for John Stockton. And a switcher also for Detroit. West is checked in for Jason Kidd. And it's Leonard missing.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Now here's West. Here's Davis. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Rose against West. And Weber throws it down.
How about Weber there rising up for the alley-oop? Great at recognizing there. He's got the room to hammer that one home.
Antetokounmpo finds West. And it's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And here's Rose. One second left, and it's sent back by Howard. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Spurs lead by 1. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
Yeah, GA, they were just a more aggressive team. I mean, feeding off this crowd's energy.
Chris, this year pioneer Chuck Cooper, inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Long overdue, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, he was the first African-American player ever to be drafted. I mean, let's just think about that. The Jackie Robinson of basketball. He paved the way, and what he endured, and his teammates, by the way, of all colors, is well documented. And I think the Celtics need to, and I think they will retire his number 11 and have it hang up in that famed Raptors of theirs over there.
I agree. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. West is out there with Klay Thompson. And it's Pierce, and there's Davis, and it's Howard in at the 5 spot. First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Davis.
His free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
Rose kicks to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
Oh, and when Harden is going strong to the rim, he's looking for the throwdown, ripping the rim down hard on that one.
Now the pass to West. To the paint. Here's Howard. No good with the layup. San Antonio leading. And here comes Harden. Leading the fast break. Launches it. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
Oh, man, did you see him close that gap? What a great job. He made the shooter feel uncomfortable.
Outside, Pierce. 5 to shoot. And it's blocked. And they're able to recover. And the Spurs with possession. Again, the miss by Harden.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot,
my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot. Plain and simple. He's trying to force something is rarely a good idea.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D. Avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
Now here's Pierce. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. And Davis throws it down. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that Cameo song, Back and Forth.
And San Antonio calls the first time out of the game.
And a coach that players love is Dwayne Casey. Very vet-friendly, sticks up for his guys in every post-game interview.
Oh, yeah. Casey is very measured in his approach. He can be a bit slow to change at times, but his players appreciate the consistency.
So Detroit ends up going with the new group. Nowitzki kicks to James. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Yao Ming.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Spurs shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. No good on the second free throw.
And the chance to take the lead gets away because of the miss.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Dumars against George. Now, here is Dumars. Defense right on him, and the shot is good. Nowitzki's got the lead up to 2 now for the Spurs.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Oh, you know what it is, Greg. One play at a time. That's got to be the mindset, especially in such a tight game.
Shoots. That's good from Stockton. The assist by Dumars. Stockton's got his first points of the night.
He doesn't play around. If the puck is there for him, he's going to get it.
And so on to Kumbo looking over it. Over to the left wing. Here's Kidd. Detroit. No good that time either. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. It's San Antonio. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end. And that
And if you're just joining us, we've put to the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. A lot of people that say, Chris, the European players are more fundamentally sound overall. Are they right?
Well, I think when you look at a guy like Doncic or Dirk or Porzingis,
Yes.
You're taking the best of the best and you're creating the whole field. So I can't say overall. I would say they've had some players that have come in and wowed us, and that's awesome. But also you have those guys going pro at the age of 13, 14, 15 years old, and so I think they may miss out on some of the other things that life has to offer, like a normal high school experience, those type of things. But I tell you what, it's a copycat league, and it's a copycat game, and so once you see players that are 7 foot coming over, shooting, passing, dribbling, I think you can say guys like Kevin Durant and others, I think you can say they're pretty sound overall. So I don't buy into that theory, but I do think for a lot of Europeans, being a professional early helps you transition to the NBA a little bit better maybe than guys coming out of college off the board.
I would agree. They've got Nowitzki. Moncrief is out there with Stockton. And it's LeBron James. And it's Unseld in at the 5 down low. So that's it. Greg Popovich starts the second half.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Howard at the elbow. Passes it to Giannis. Got a piece of it, and it's stolen by Moncrief. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And the rejection by Giannis. LeBron outside. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Stockton. Here's the three. Rebound, Detroit.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
James outside. Giannis with some nice D.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim. He gets the playground jumper and can't make good on it. You don't get many chances easier than that.
Pistons trail by 6. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
We've got 28 seconds left to play in the third. Davis against Stockton. Nowitzki up top. Over Kidd. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Oh, their movement is good, and they get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually he drops those in between jumpers.
The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Here's Howard. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. And now just a 2-point Spurs lead. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Spurs lead by. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And Detroit looking at who they've got. They've got Jason Kidd. Paul George is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's West. And it's Howard in at the 5, roaming the paint. George against Harden. Fires from deep. That one's good. The San Antonio lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Paul George.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the three at a ridiculous rate.
And here's Leonard from 3. Drains the three-pointer. Leonard's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Reminding us again why he's one of the game's great clutch shooters.
West outside. Antetokounmpo against Dumars. Antetokounmpo passes to West. No good there. 18 that time from Leonard. Spurs leading by 4. Dumars dishes to Leonard. Over Giannis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. Weber, he's checked in for Joe Dumars. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Yao checked in for Jason Kidd. And he does get the second one. And that puts them up by 5. The Pistons shooting at ghastly 26% from the field. Their offensive game looking completely out of whack. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. And Antetokounmpo. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
You know, we always talk about what a rare talent Giannis is, and it's true. Unrivaled athleticism and versatility.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 seconds.
He misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. Davis is checked in for the Pistons. He's able to hit the second one, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're leading by 4. 1:25 left here in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Dirk Nowitzki.
And he's had a very good night shooting basketball. A little over 50% from the field. And a lot of those shots have come against some tight D. That shows the level of his focus and consistency.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. He said to them, guys, coming up, this is where the game could be won or lost. We need to make plays on both ends. Stay focused, stay locked in, trust one another. See if they can keep that trust going, Kevin.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Job well done at the line on that possession. They'll make things a little easier on themselves if they can convert those.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. 1:15 left in the fourth quarter. Giannis outside. Outside West. And it's sent back by Nowitzki. Here's Unseld. He's guarded by Howard. Nowitzki finds Leonard. 52 seconds left in the fourth. And Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
He is so experienced in these situations. I love seeing Howard welcome the chance to be the hero.
Unseld, the pass to Stockton. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Unseld's got the lead up to 6 now for San Antonio.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that back.
Time called here. Pistons decide to talk it over. They're behind by 6. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. West can't hit.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why in situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. On deep. Offensive rebound. George way outside. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Stockton outside. And so it's San Antonio with the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that about wraps it up for Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Christian Park where your mama get the fine. The story of my life. Way before I ever wrote a rhyme. Have you ever looking at my kids through the blinds? Confinement mind. How you feeling when you face a dime? The truth be told, I'm supposed to be locked up in the mind of an old white man hit a black man's soul.
Baptized at First Baptist Church, the pastor name was Reverend Johnson. Chastised his shirt and matched shoes, but had the front, it never bothered him. Hurt his pride, but he swallowed it. Dirt is all that he spotted it, and the dirty south. Observers, but they never heard him peep out of them. There ain't enough numerals to keep count of them. Well, I'm just setting the scene. Back when I stared at the phone as I'm letting it ring. Another collector, they leave us a mess. My mama in deficit, my sense of being. I bust out the scenes, I'm getting too big for these bridges now. I ain't wasting the dream, I said the green.
We are live. It's a Thursday night present. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And for Luka Doncic, and with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
And now the Lakers starting group. Chamberlain is out there with Ewing. Then there's Robertson. Then it's Thompson. And it's Baylor in at the shooting guard position. And for Dallas, they've got Olajuwon. Pippen is out there with Bird. Then it's Jordan. And it's Thomas in at point guard. Now here's Robertson. The pass to Chamberlain. Back to Robertson. Here's Ewing. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Ewing's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for Los Angeles. Jordan trying to free himself up, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. Of course, both teams battling injuries coming into this one.
Yeah, so you know what that means, Kevin. You have an opportunity, if you're a reserve, to perhaps gain some repetition in the midst of an important game. The battle, the mantra, that next man up mentality is going to be on display tonight for this team. And let's see, Kevin, do they take advantage of their opportunity?
Good things to look forward to. Now here's Jordan. After the miss by Oscar Robertson. Dallas moving it around. Jordan, the pass to Pippen. Olajuwon dishes to Thomas. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. We're about 1 minute into the first. Pass to Olajuwon. Back to Pippen. Here's Jordan. Just 5 on the clock. No good that time. Good work defensively by Baylor. Lakers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Pass to Robertson. Over Thomas. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Boy, having a hard time making shots. Just 1 for 4 to start this game.
And in their history, the Dallas Mavericks have never moved up in the draft, and they needed to do so this summer to keep their pick.
You think about it, Greg, they went into it with a little over a 26% chance top 4. That did not happen. The Hawks collecting that 10th pick from the Luka Doncic trade.
And without a doubt, one of the greatest small men we've ever seen. Zeke possesses the skill and determination to just take over a game at any point.
Ewing misses. And the Mavericks with possession. Here's Pippen. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Thompson against Thomas. Thompson misses. For Dallas, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Pippen, the pass to Bird. Out to the right wing. Olajuwon dishes to Jordan. It's a hand on it. Great positioning on the putback.
Such a graceful player. Hakeem is light off the ground there for that rebound, and then the skill to send that one home.
Now here's Robertson. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Thomas against Robertson, and the basket by Thomas.
And though Thomas is great from the perimeter, he has a toughness and a willingness to go in amongst the trees and kind of mix it up.
Pass to Ewing. Over Thomas. The Mavericks pull it in. Olajuwon's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pippen for 3. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Pippen's got 5 points so far. And so it's Dallas. Heading to the bench with a 7-point lead. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Peyton is out there with Gervin. Then it's Reed. Then it's Durant. And it's Hayes in at the 4th spot. Now here's Paul. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Beyond the arc. The shot comes out, and the Lakers take it the other way. KD against Scott. Count the basket. Durant's got his first bucket of the night.
Where Kevin Durant has really grown is manipulating pick and roll, making the right read, and this guy just adapts and adjusts so quickly.
Now here's Paul. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
This is his first free throw of the game. First one falls for him. Doris, who are some of your favorite players to interact with, interview, and question as you go through the season?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many guys. I think, you know, certain people really give a lot of thought to their answers. So a Kyrie Irving, he wants to explain what he's thinking. He's willing to share and take a moment and consider the question. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, all of these guys, when I ask a question, Kev, they'll pause for a moment, consider the question, and then respond. And for somebody who's got to interview, there's nothing greater than having those guys willing to take some time with me.
Well, Doris, and you always get great answers from them too. So there's a great rapport there, I can see.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. I don't mean style points. Lakers shooting their first free throw of the evening. Free throw good, Gervin. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Now here's Paul. Irving Irving passes to Mutombo. Outside, Scott, 6 to shoot. Payton against Paul. No good on the 3. And so Payton will bring it up for Los Angeles. 4-point game. And that one's good. Gervin.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Outside Irving. And the pass to Griffin. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Payton. Gervin passes to Hayes. That misses, had a chance to tie it there.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Irving finds Paul. Back to Irving. Here's Scott. And it's Reed pulling it down.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
And it's sent back by Mutombo.
And the ferocity on display defensively here from Mutombo. Just an incredible shot block.
Irving kicks the ball. Fires top of the key. Off the left rim and out.
That's a shot he makes with regularity, but that time the defense up to the challenge.
And Hayes throws it down.
Listen, this guy is far from just a scorer. Kevin Durant loves to share the basketball.
Ball surveying the floor. That one's off, still out of sync.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
It's a tie game in Dallas. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports halftime show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on what for the Mavericks. Kenny, some perspective, please.
So far, they take it.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now sit back in the group.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Scottie Pippen, he's really been playing well.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, he knows they're coming for him, but he's accustomed to that kind of attention, and he's quite comfortable dealing with it.
Bird out there with Pippen. Then it's Jordan. Then it's Olajuwon. And it's Thomas in at the 1. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with. The Lakers trail. Here's Robertson. Pass to Chamberlain. He kicks to Thompson. Robertson outside. Good D by Thomas. Maverick shooting 31%, not looking sharp offensively, to say the least. Bird. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Robertson outside. Of course, you and I were just talking about this as more and more players are going public with their trade requests. Do you think that's had a negative impact on the game?
Well, Kevin, I certainly think it makes long-term planning for NBA franchises a lot more difficult because contractually we are not seeing them hold true to the particular organization they may have signed that contract with. The reality is this in today's NBA. You've got to be nimble as an organization, and you have got to be attractive to them. And I mean that with great ownership, great leadership, and who are the players currently in your system. You have got to be incredibly nimble to be successful in today's NBA.
I think you're right on. Now here's Jordan after the miss by Oscar Robertson. Jordan with it, picked up by Robertson. Lets it fly from 18. The shot by Jordan, no good.
A contested
the area. You know he's going to find a way to get into the shooter and make him uncomfortable.
Here's Pippen following the bucket by the Lakers. Pass to Bird, stolen by Ewing. Robertson kicks to Baylor. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Got his hand out enough on that one to bother the three-point attempt. Great hustle on that one.
You know, we talk about this time and time again, trying to stay connected to shooters along the perimeter. Nicely done. I'll tell you, they come out of the locker room, they are a step slow on the defensive end.
Lakers trail by 5. Robertson outside. He dishes it to Ewing, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thomas. There's 18 seconds left in the third quarter, and the three ball is good.
And generally, Robertson's a guy that likes to play free throw line and below, but here's a time where he steps out and launches from beyond.
Yep, it counts. Thomas got 6.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
Here's Durant. And that one hits back iron. Back right after this. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So the Lakers 5 right now. We've got Durant. Robertson is out there with Richmond. Then there's Chamberlain, and it's Pettit in at the power forwards position. Mavericks leading by 4. Thomas passes to Jordan. Feeds to Griffin. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Griffin's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Dallas. Durant up top, defended by Griffin. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question, Greg. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
And here's Bird from the arc. The Mavericks keeping it alive. The new 14. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And guys, it's crazy. He really was a late bloomer. You know, Irving didn't have a big-time amateur career you hear about with some stars. But boy, he's more than made up for it.
Tumbo is checked in for Dallas. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. Trailing here by 8. Kicks it to Richmond. It's good from long range.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
Now here's Jordan to the middle. Chamberlain with the block.
And the quickness off the floor, the insane reach. Well, one of the greatest shot blockers you'll ever see.
Richmond, the pass to Durant. Out left to the wing. Robertson against Thomas. 4 on the shot clock. And it's sent back by Mutombo. They retain possession. A different look for Dallas. Pippen's checked in for Irving. And Paul's subbed in for Thomas. Mavericks leading by 5. Ball outside. Here's Jordan. Got it. Good job in the low post. Jordan's got his first 2 points of the night.
And what you like there, Jordan never looks like he's rushing. Makes quick, solid decisions.
Thompson outside. Passes it to Baylor. Back to Thompson. the rejection by Pippen. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And the Mavericks with some changes. Elijah Wan comes in from a tumble. And Isaiah Thomas is subbed in for Paul. Clock at 6. Lakers passing it around. Timeout call for the Lakers. They're down by 7. There's 53 seconds left in the game. Now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Larry Bird.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hand.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during that last timeout, I listened to Frank Vogel talk to his team. He told them they have to keep fighting. He said, hey, look, we're right here, but we can't make mistakes. You got to be aggressive and smart. Back to you guys.
Here's Robertson. Got it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And the painted area is where Robertson can destroy you. He's just too strong and too skilled.
And now we've got the intentional foul. Here's Thomas. And so they foul intentionally. He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 7-point game.
Perfectly done at the stripe there. That brings their lead up to an even more comfortable level.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They trail by 7. 29 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Robertson with it. Guarded now by Larry Bird. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Money!
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. And that's an intentional foul. It's the first, and that increases their lead to 6. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
They've got to be efficient with the clock. Quick score, quick foul.
Out to Thompson. Shoots the 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. And now they decide to foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And the defining trait of the greatest of superstars, Jordan makes the players around him better, mentally, in terms of effort, and in terms of their performance.
So we see the Mavericks get the win here. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their feet, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Torres Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
Some sauce, you already know, you better go ahead, get you some. Just watch when I get me some. Go ahead, get you some. Yeah. Get you some. Just can't wait till I get me some. Go ahead, get you some. Yeah. Man, just watch when I get me some. Go ahead, get you some. Yeah. Get you some. Just can't wait till I get me some.
Like some lightning for the night. I don't do no white man. The leader, yeah, I'm so trying.
And they'll have some minutes to make up for it with an injury in their roster.
And with Lowry marketing, they're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They just got to make the adjustments.
Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. Petrovic is out there with Steph Curry. Then it's Tony Kukoc. Then it's Kareem. And it's Duncan in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Bulls, we've got Nash. Shaquille O'Neal is out there with Robinson. And there's Bryant. And it's Ginobili in at the 3. So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board.
And the aggressiveness on display here from O'Neal. Terrific at turning shots away with that size and length.
Here's Bryant, and he slams it down right on top of Tim.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And here are the Pacers now after the Bulls pick up 2. Count that one. Well, Smitty, the future for these two teams, terrific. A lot of young talent on display.
Yes, it is, and you got to be happy if you're the fan base. You can grow with these guys, and you can see them grow, and they are going to win a lot of games in the future.
Now, here's Curry, following the miss by Kobe Bryant. Kukoc can't get it to go. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. Bryant has the open look, and again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And you really got to appreciate that swag that Bryant plays with. If you give him room to shoot from deep, he's going to make you pay.
Curry's shot is good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Now here's Ginobili. He kicks it to O'Neal. Duncan against Robinson. Good, and the assist goes to Nash.
I love watching Robinson work there in the paint. Possesses that strength and touch around the basket.
Nash against Curry. Shoots from the elbow. Here's Duncan, and he converts the layup.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Nash. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Down low, it's stolen by Abdul-Jabbar. Here's Petrovic. Misses off the right iron.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
And you know what? He knows it. You have to try to play within the system or you're going to come away with empty possessions.
And a deep 3 from Curry. The long-distance 3 is buried. Curry's got 7.
What can you say? If he started hitting them from that range, there's nothing you can do.
Knocked loose. Bryant finds Robinson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Chicago shooting their first free throws of the game.
Yeah, and Robinson is a franchise-defining talent, a chiseled, powerful center, a remarkable leader.
And don't go away. We'll be right back. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. Guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. Marc Gasol is out there with Mourning. Then it's Tony Parker. Then it's Anthony. And it's Drexler in at the 2.
Well, the Bulls for so long were known as a tough rebounding team. Not the case anymore.
Yeah, you think of the last time the Bulls were a playoff mainstay. Rebounding was key. Now it's a weakness of their team. Dead last in the league in creating second chance points.
And so here is Chicago. Barkley the pass to Miller. Those 3 pointers off the mark. Indiana trailing here. Parker looking over the floor. Offline from the top of the key. Inside. Miller against Mourning. Miller kicks to Doncic. Over Parker. And Doncic gets it to go.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Mourning dishes to Parker. And Barkley sends it back. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Barkley's got the lead up to 6 now for Chicago.
Oh, nice drive there to get to the bucket using some of that terrific agility that he possesses.
A fader. And Anthony with the basket on the assist by Parker. Anthony's got 4 points this quarter.
The veteran eyes see all. Frenchie with the tremendous look to make that play happen.
Back to Miller. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Clyde Drexler.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Chicago making some changes. Walton's checked in for O'Neal. Barry comes in for Havlicek. And it's Jackson in for Doncic.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Back to Curry. There's 38 seconds left in the first half. 5 on the clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off. 3-pointer, Kukoc, and the Pacers another 3.
How can you leave this guy that wide open? Please, that's terrible.
Jackson passes to Barry. Floats one, Duncan with the block.
And that's part of his game. Love seeing Duncan just sky up there to reject shots. Does a great job of utilizing that wingspan along with his timing. Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg. Everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Bulls lead by 1. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. The first quarter was all about Kobe Bryant. He had 8 points and 1 rebound. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from him? And that'll do it for us.
halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Kobe Bryant really making a difference.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
O'Neal is out there with Robinson. And there's Bryant, then it's Nash, and it's Ginobili in at the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Steve, Kobe Bryant said that growing up in Italy gave him a huge advantage learning the fundamentals and the tactics of the game. Do you think Europe's better at developing players than the United States?
You know, I don't think they're better. I do think their system at times for certain players, they get into a system of working on their game. And I wouldn't just say fundamentals from an early age. And a lot of those guys are being able to practice with pros at an early age. I think it comes down to individuals. And also I think a lot of these parents and kids, you have to understand it starts off of making a layup versus making a 3. So I don't think that Europe is doing it better. I just think a lot of times right now we're looking at some of those European players and they're coming over ready to play from day one versus some other players.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Curry dishes to Abdul-Jabbar. And that one, good. Abdul-Jabbar's got his first points in this one.
And don't let the lean physique fool you. Kareem with the strength to finish through contact as well as anybody who's ever played. Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Kukoc for 3, good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 4th assist in this one. To the inside, O'Neal. Abdul-Jabbar with the block.
And beyond the obvious physical skills, Kareem just has a great understanding for the game. Times his move perfectly to get that shot.
A miss that time would have put him up. Bulls have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. 1:10 left to play in the third. O'Neal against Curry. And the rejection by Abdul-Jabbar. Curry looking it over. Out to Duncan. And again, it's Indiana.
We don't talk about it enough. Curry has unbelievable vision.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Some changes for Indiana. Marc Gasol's checked in for Duncan. Drexler comes in for Tony Kukoc. And Parker subbed in for Petrovic. There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Doncic on the money from 12 feet away. Doncic has got the game tied up here for the Bulls.
And I'm a big fan of the awareness of Nash on the floor. A selfless player who's just fantastic at getting the ball to his open teammates in rhythm. Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Here's Havlicek. Hits the jumper in space. And the Bulls lead by 2. Indiana's gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. Havlicek against Drexler. Got it up. And no good on the last second attempt this time. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. It's the Bulls. They lead. We've reached the fourth quarter. What is a very competitive game? Should be an exciting finish. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. The lead is 2. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the court for Indiana, they've got Marc Gasol. Abdul-Jabbar is out there with Drexler. Then there's Petrovic, and it's Curry in at the 1.
Steph, baby, the best shooter we've seen from beyond the arc. Pretty.
Havlicek outside. deflected by Gasol. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Abdul-Jabbar with the bucket. Abdul-Jabbar's got the lead up to 3 out for Indiana.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both teams trying to close out strong. These are the fireworks that fans came to see. You want your bigs playing big. Rips it down in traffic.
A 3 from Drexler, and again, it's the Pacers from deep.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
And I love the play call. This is where you get the ball into the hands of your closers, where they can do something with it.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Duncan comes in for Marc Gasol. And it's Kukoc in for Clyde Drexler. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Tight ball game. Who do you want at the charity stripe? This guy.
Steve Nash checked in for the Bulls. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Kobe's running. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. That's 12 points for Kobe Bryant.
And you talk about clutch plays, I mean, defensively and offensively, and we saw it right there.
Curry is inside, defended by Nash. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. They get Steve Nash.
The pump fake is the best play in basketball, and with Stephen Curry's quick release, sometimes the defense will fall for it. Cool under pressure. Terrific job nailing those 2 free throws there.
Bulls trail by 4. Nash outside. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. 2 points. That one goes.
And challenging the bigger defender coming through in the biggest moment.
You know, it's just a case where you just have to go up strong and live with the results. Nice job.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. 51 seconds to play here in the fourth. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Steph Curry.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Jim Boylan was going over with his team. He told them they have to pick it up. He said there's no time like the present, fellas. Embrace the moment. And let's take back this game. See what they can do, Kevin.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 1. That one drops. He ties it up, and the Pacers call time here. With the pass to Curry. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. The pass to Duncan. Over Robinson. It's ball!
You got to honor Duncan from the mid-range. When he's got space to shoot, he does not hesitate.
Chicago calls timeout. They're behind by 2. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Drop shot. Count it. A huge shot to tie it up.
And Kobe lives for these situations. You know how much he likes the spotlight, and boy, does he deliver time and time again.
Timeout called by Nick McMillan. Seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Curry against Nash. Outside Curry. To win the game. Oh, he hits it. Oh, how about that shot? Incredible.
Nice. Down it goes at the buzzer. Boy, it doesn't get any better than that.
One of the greatest shots you'll ever see. The three with nothing but zeros left on the clock.
So a close game sees Indiana take this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
Spoiler alert, the second act is tragic. And everyone that wants the worst from me is asking what happens. Yeah, so many times I started walking backwards. Like Charlemagne, I see the light and see the darkest patches. Bury me and I'll be born again. I walk in God's form amongst the mortal men. I got some real across the border fence. And made a note of the mistakes we can't afford again. Like I said, can of worms and I'm the early bird. Wanna hang, but I'm too busy doing dirty work. Get them back and say we'll live up on the 33rd. When I say that it Church of Pentecost, Holy Spirit synagogue. I don't know who's protecting me, but we hit it off. Sanders Rose, no wonder they trying to pick me off. I guess you gotta show these who you really are.
Yeah, hey. Look, yeah. Dude like Robin. Rolex diamonds. Fendi flip flops, I'm styling. Buy brown Rolex diamonds. Hey, I do like Robin. Rolex diamonds. Hey, I do like Robin. Fendi flip flops, I'm styling. Like Robin. Fendi flip flops, I'm styling. Like Batman. None of them. Just none of them. Just left church, I'm wildin'. Poppy round Rolex diamonds. Rolex diamonds. She don't wanna leave, she vibing. I just left church, I'm wildin'. I'm wildin'. Fendi flip flops, I'm styling. Heat it up, heat it up, heat it. No sit. Riding out. No, I never. Son.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against...
Soaring high above the Willamette River towards our location, and nothing. The players love him. Thank you, David. differently as a veteran player versus the first couple years in the NBA?
Well, I saw from the bench, I think, as a veteran, Kevin.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on now. I know that's not altogether true.
I think the game just slows down. You start to understand that there is a tempo and a rhythm, not only to any given quarter, but any given game and any given season. So it's really, Kevin, about the idea of it slowing down. And I did sit on the bench. Kevin. That is
a little bit.
14 still a good number.
But it turned out well for you.
Well, I get to sit next to you.
Well, it's a lot of fun. You're right. It's a lot of fun. Look at the 76ers starting group. We've got Worthy. Johnson is out there with Carter. And it's Malone. And it's Russell in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Portland, we've got Moses Malone. Garnett out there with Hill. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Frazier in at the point guard position. And so it's the 76ers getting on the board first. And here's Garnett. Pass to Malone. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist.
And Malone, a high percentage scorer when he gets it in deep. Once he's got the defense on his back, the game becomes easy with his ability to score.
Up again, and it's Russell with that extra effort.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Wade against Carter. Misses off the left iron. The 76ers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Johnson. Good D by Wade.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here's Frazier. Robert Parrish is checked in for Philadelphia. And here are the Trailblazers now. Here's Wade. Money from the wing.
And the mid-range jump shot is something Dwayne Wade has really perfected throughout his career.
Frazier against Johnson. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. McAdoo, he's checked in for Russell. Wilkins comes in for Worthy. Mirovic, he's checked in for Carter. Hardaway is subbed in for Johnson. 50 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Philadelphia shooting their first free throw of the game here. That free throw good from Hardaway.
And Hardaway's nickname came from his grandmother. She was calling him pretty, but with that southern drawl, it sounded like Penny.
Tracy McGrady's checked in for Dwayne Wade. Now here's Wilkins. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Hardaway. From deep three-point range, it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team, so you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
You can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Here's Wilkins. With 4 seconds on the clock, the 76ers with another miss. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Trailblazers out in front, up 1. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Taking a look at the 76ers. Maravich is out there with Hardaway. Then it's Parrish. Then there's Dominique Wilkins. And it's McAdoo in at the 4 spot.
I saw a green light there, Kevin. The D's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
Maravich kicks to Hardaway. Back to Maravich. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. You know, the moving screen is one of those very difficult judgment calls.
It's a tough one, Kevin, but what you look for all the time in replays when you see that call, it's almost like the salsa. I'm looking at the hips and the feet. If the feet are too wide, I mean, Kevin Garnett was the biggest problematic moving screen setter that I ever saw, being 6'11" and spreading out those sticks of his. But if the feet go wider than the shoulder, impossible. And then the hip move as the defender is moving around the screener, just enough of a nudge for him not to be able to catch up.
Yes.
Those are the ones where the referees, I think, are most in tune to in order to blow the whistle.
Portland, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
At the line for 2.
No good on the free throw. And the 76ers with a completely new group now. And he's good on the second. 1:29 left in the first half of the game. Carter finds Johnson. Russell. And it's Russell with that extra effort.
And this is the problem. The length, the timing. Russell, one of the very best at corralling misses and turning them into points.
Now, here is McGrady. Passes it to Cowan. Fast break, Philadelphia. Johnson's got the ball, and it's blocked. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. Here's Malone. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Stolen by Wade. Hill inside. Carter on him. Hill, no good.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Worthy. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And Garnett gets it to go on the assist by McGrady. Garnett's got the lead up to 4 now for the Trailblazers. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. With some art, tips it up, and it's Russell with that extra effort. Russell's got 6 points.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Now Wade. Tracy McGrady on the wing. Just 3 on the clock. That one falls.
McGrady, as accomplished a mid-range shooter as we have in the game, keeps that high relief.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And now, 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the first quarter of the Trailblazers. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50%. Thanks for joining.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Bill Russell really making a difference here.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. On the court for the Trailblazers, we've got Garnett, D-Wade out there with Frazier. Then there's Moses Malone, and it's Hill in at the 3 slot. Now here is Carter. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Johnson, and he hits it to tie the game up.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Frazier the pass to Malone. The putback, it's good on the putback.
Yeah, Malone is an absolute nightmare on the offensive glass. Does a great job of establishing that position for that putback slam.
Here's Johnson. It's hauled in by Dwayne Wade. And so it's Wade. He'll bring it up for Portland. Releases. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. And it's a 4-point Portland lead.
That's some tremendous confidence by Wade, and why wouldn't he have it? He throws the D and popped the J.
Outside Worthy. Over Hill. And he can't bank that one in. Trailblazers leading by 4. And Hill throws it down.
Yeah, one of the great in-game dunkers we have. Grant Hill, he might not put on a show with his dunks, but it doesn't make him any less impressive.
Johnson can't get it to go.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced a miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
And stolen by Russell. Johnson surveying the floor. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Here's Hill. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Carter. Outside Worthy. Pass to Carter. Malone against Hill. Malone down low. Malone with the block.
How about the quicks there by Malone to get up and deter that shot, utilizing that size and reach for the rejection.
Johnson for 3. Hits it from 3-point range. Johnson's got 7.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Trailblazers lead by 3. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. Tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Wade with it on the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. McAdoo out there with Caron Butler.
That just happened. And just love to watch Dwayne Wade when he's playing with this kind of flow.
And here is Hardaway. And there's the pass to McAdoo. Back to Hardaway. Pass to Butler. 6 on the shot clock. Over Garnett. Garnett with the block. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Portland leading by 5. Frazier the pass to Cowens. Here's English. Here's Wade. And he lays it straight in.
You can't allow Dwayne Wade to slash his way to the rim. That is where he is at his very best.
Outside Hardaway. Outside Butler. Lets it go from deep. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Here's Frazier. It doesn't go for him. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Here's McAdoo. And and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Dwayne Wade.
And it has to be said, McAdoo, one of the best shooting bigs ever, shooting better than 50% from the field for entire seasons is routine for him.
And Portland making a change here. Malone's checked in. Then for the 76ers, Dominique Wilkins. He's checked in for Butler. And it's Carter in for Maravich. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
Yeah, unfortunately, just poor execution there. You cannot give the ball away at this point in the game.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Hill's checked in. Russell, he's checked in for the 76ers. Malone comes in for McAdoo. Frazier against Hardaway. It's Wilkins on the wing. Down low, Russell. Malone trying to break free. Russell passes to Wilkins. Shot clock at 5. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Portland leading. Right side Hill. Malone kicks to Wade. 54 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Rebounded by Hardaway. Lead up top. Goes up again. Good work defensively by Carter.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Now Frazier. For the 3, and it's sent back by Russell. Oh, wow, unable to get a shot off in time, and they turn it over. A very unfortunate time there to pick up a shot clock violation. Timeout called the 76ers. They're down by 2. 5 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
I don't think they should be greedy here and think about a triple. With this much time left, I'd attack the basket, get a high percentage shot in tight, and take my chances in overtime.
Now we get a chance to check out our Jordan player of the game.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And that'll do it, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. So long and good night, everyone.
make the rum